Dear children, hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to do a very versatile topic, non-finite verbs. Versatile because these non-finite verbs, they look like verbs, but they never act as verbs. We have already learned one of the type of non-finite verbs, that is infinitive. Today we are going to look into gerunds. Before we start with our today's topic, let's first know what are we going to achieve after our today's session. So after our today's session, we are going to be able to define what gerunds are, and also we will be able to identify the gerunds in the following given sentences. So let's get started. So in the last class we have learned about infinitives, as in how to identify infinitives in a sentence. Today we will learn how to identify gerunds in the following given sentences. In order to identify gerunds, we need to know how do they look like. So gerunds are generally verbs with ing. So verb plus ing is equals to gerunds. Here are few examples of gerunds. Sing plus ing, singing. Play plus ing, playing. So likewise you can see verb plus ing and we get gerund. Did you hear that? That was the bell of caution, bell of alertness. As I told you, verb plus ing is equals to gerund. But let me tell you, all verb plus ing cannot be gerund. Got confused? Let me explain you with these examples. Look at these two examples. First, her singing was appreciated by all. Second, she was singing old Hindi songs. In both the examples, singing is a verb with ing. But in first example, singing is acting as a gerund, and in second example, it is acting as a present participle. So the question is, how are we going to identify gerunds? For that, first we need to know what are gerunds. Let's think what are gerunds. Think. What if I say gerunds are verbal noun? It means gerunds, they look like verbs but they act as nouns. So in order to identify gerund in a sentence, first we need to learn or revise our basics. So let's get started. Let's begin with the first step of revising the basics. So let's see how much we already know about nouns. We know nouns are naming words. We also know that nouns serve as a subject in a sentence as well as object of a sentence. And they also serve as an object to preposition as well. For example, books are on the table. Here in this sentence, on is the preposition followed by the object, the table. Now that we have revised our basics, let's try to implement this knowledge on the following given sentences in order to identify gerunds in the given sentences. Step 2 is identifying the gerund in the given sentences. Here in this step, we are going to pick up the verbs from these sentences and see whether these verbs are having the features of nouns or not. And if they have the features, that means they are gerunds. Look at the first sentence. Swimming is my hobby. Here, swimming is a verb. Now, don't you think swimming is the name of an activity? And also it is in the place of the subject. Therefore, here swimming is a gerund. Second example, running is good for your heart. Here running is verb, and also you can see running is a name of an activity. And again it is at the place of the subject in a sentence. Therefore, running is a gerund in this sentence. Let's look at the third sentence. He hates waking up early. Here you will find two verbs, hates, waking. Let me tell you this. Over here, hates is a finite verb as it will change with the change in the tense and subject of the sentence. And waking is non-finite. If you have given a careful attention to this sentence, you will notice waking is in the place of an object. Therefore, here waking is a gerund. Coming to last sentence, I am good at baking cakes. Here, baking is a verb and also an object to preposition at. Therefore, it's a gerund. So, that's all for today. Now you know what you have to do if you want to identify gerund in a sentence. Just pick up the verb plus ing from a sentence and apply the basics of noun and you will identify gerund. See you all next time. Till then, stay home, stay safe and enjoy learning.